Gamer, and I thought I'd give you another update on our base. It's been a while since the whole group has been together and playing. There's some issues going on in real life, but we'll eventually get back to it. But a lot of stuff has actually gone on. Each of us have worked on some solo projects. I've been working on Thaumcraft, as you can see here. I've moved my Crucible operation out into the desert base. As you can see, I got a little tallow golem here. He fills up the Crucible every time I use it. And what I'm doing right now is actually I'm just converting some of these aluminum, which we have a bunch of, into iron, which is something that we actually need. And I might convert some of the aluminum to lead as well, because we need a lot of lead too. So yeah, anyway, as you can see all the different I'm collecting all this because this is the other aspect on aluminum, and you only need metal for iron. And these are all the other little aspects I've been collecting. The cool thing about these is that when I use the infusion table, it will actually pull from these jars. So if you ever need any of these aspects, the jars will basically fuel the infusion table. So it's pretty cool. Nothing really major going on over here at this base. Let's go over to the other base and see. Oh, here. I'll just show you something. Glowing thaumium armor. Yeah. And there, I'm wearing the goggles of revealing, which basically show you the aura nodes. As you can see, right now it's 527 to 535. That's how much V is in the environment, and the flux level is moderate. And the reason that I moved the operation over here is because I noticed the other day that because of all the flux that I've been throwing into the environment by making stuff in Thaumcraft, basically what's happening is there's been some lightning storms, and it burned down one of the trees, and also, well, you'll see, Dave's gonna be pissed. But what are you gonna do? Anyway, let's go over to Hometree bees, and you'll actually see some of the damage. So anyway, the bee operation is continuing. Oh great, rain, just what we need. I'm working on getting some other lines of bees going here still. Still have some production. I did build the first alveary. You can't see it over here. There is an alveary over there. I don't want to run over there at the moment. And this is sort of where the damage is. As you can see, the lightning has basically taken out the bridge leading to the power station that John built. And I don't really feel like fixing it right now, so hopefully somebody else will. And John has built basically a biofuel power source. He has a huge farm over there which is fueling all of the biofuel, and basically it's funneling over there. And he's also got a lava generator producing lava and an oil generator producing oil and then converting it into fuel, so we'll have rocket fuel. And yeah, there's not too much going on over with the bees. Little golems are doing fine. I like to keep them locked in. They're still harvesting the oreberry bushes, but as you can see, this chest is empty. And watch, this should disappear. Ready? There it goes. Alright, so one of the things that I did is I'm trying to automate a bunch of our stuff. And I really like, what's the name of the mod? Applied Energistics, which is basically like a giant computer system that you can use to basically organize things. But to do it, you need a lot of quartz, and we don't have a lot of quartz, and there isn't a bee that makes quartz. So what I did instead is I basically made this logistics network system, and what it does, I'll go under here, follow along. You can see it's going slowly. I only set it up with stone pipes right now, so it goes pretty slowly, but the speed really isn't an issue. And so basically what's happening is, do I have a wrench on me? I do. Okay. So basically what's happening is this logistics pipe is connected to this chest, and it has an extractor module in it. So anytime something gets put into the chest, it gets basically extracted out of the chest into the system. And then what it does is it goes basically to the central organizer of the system, which is upstairs on our crafting platform. So I'll go upstairs. Okay, and so it's getting pretty messy up here, as you can see. But this chest here basically is where everything comes into the logistics network system. And basically this quick sort module is basically everything comes in here, and then if anything is requesting any of these items, then it gets sent to those items. And that's the way logistics works. It requires power, which this power station here. And basically, so far, this is all the items that I have set up in the logistics network system. So if I come over here, what a polymorphic item sync module does is basically it will request anything that's in the chest, it will continue to request. So let's say if I take out some redstone, as you can see it has 28 there. If I come over to this chest and I plop the redstone down in there, it'll take a minute, but then all the redstone will finally get sent over to this chest. Oh, here it comes. It was a little slow, but basically that's what a polymorphic item sync does. A provider module basically means that anytime you request something, so if I go over here, I can click on redstone and I can request one, and what'll happen is it'll come shooting out the pipe. See? And so ultimately what I hope to get is everything set up so that you can request it from any of these request pipes, and eventually I hope to give everybody a remote control and connect this request pipe to a ender chest, and then combine that ender chest with an ender pouch and the remote control, and anybody should be able to request anything from anywhere. So it's going to take a little while to get there, but why not? We're not just going to space, we're exploring mods we've never explored before. All of these here are deep storage units, and they store basically millions or billions of items, and they're basically set up to store bulk items so that we have them available. And I've got all of the ingots so far stored. The only issue is we have several different types of tin and copper, and I can't automate them. This is basically a lexicon, and basically it can convert iron into different versions of iron. There isn't a different version of iron. I think is there a different version? No. Oh yeah, there's a couple different versions of iron nuggets. And so you can convert to the different versions, but it can't be automated. However, there is a machine that can do it, and I am going to plan on setting that up so that when we convert some of these ores and dusts into the respective irons, that I convert it to the correct ore and then have it sent into the correct deep storage unit so that it's all one form. And so hopefully I'll automate that. And all these auto crafting tables they're basically all set up to basically process all of those nuggets that are coming in. And so anytime a nugget comes into the system, it goes into this chest. These iron nuggets aren't set up here. Let me see which iron is set up. And I'll show you an example. Alright, let's convert all to that. Okay, so when an iron nugget comes into the system, plop it in there. All those irons are actually going to get sucked over to the auto crafting table, which is right here, and as you can see, it's going to craft them all into the iron ingots. And then once it's crafted into the ingots, it's going to get stored in the deep storage unit. And so with the golems and the logistics system, we've basically fully automated the ore berry production into making ingots, which is good, except for some of the metals don't exist, which that's what I'm doing with Thaumcraft, is I'm trying to convert some of the metals that we don't need, like aluminum and possibly even copper and tin, when we have 2,000 of each, into stuff like iron and lead. Although I'm also trying to produce an iron bee and a lead bee. So it's a slow process, but we are getting there. And it's been a couple weeks since we've all played together. So there's been a lot of progress between each person individually, but basically we're getting there. And all of the coke ovens are automated through the logistics network as well. Dave has an auto farm set up downstairs. I'll show you that in a second. And basically what happens is All of these request wood. The wood comes in. Once it produces coal, the coal is basically extracted out. Can I see? Yeah, basically I extract out the coal, and all of the coal, or charcoal, basically comes into this unit. As you can see, we have 51,000 charcoal at the moment. So let's go check out the auto farm, and I'll show you what's set up over there, because it's mostly on the logistics system. I need to set up a few more things with it, just to get everything into requestability. Come over here. As you can see, a ton of deep storage units. Basically, all the items that are produced by the farm, the apples and the different woods, are basically all stored in here. And I only have the one, basically the birchwood, hooked up to the logistics network, which is being requested by the coke ovens. Eventually what I'll do is I'll hook up all of these to the network so that you can pull out any type of the wood that we're producing. And at some point we may produce different types of wood. What Dave did here is, because when you do a Mine Factory Reloaded auto farm, basically what happens is it produces sludge, and sludge is basically poisonous and will damage you. But you can build a sludge boiler, and what the sludge boiler do is it burns off all of the sludge and produces things like dirt, mud, clay, sand, mycelium, hardened dirt. So there's a whole bunch of items. Soul sand, and peat. So all these items are produced by the sludge boiler, and Dave's basically set up a bunch of deep storage units to contain them all, and we'll just keep collecting all the items. You know, not that we're going to need all that stuff, but hey, we don't like waste. Eventually, I hope at some point down here, since it's already connected to the logistics network, I'm going to set up a bunch of auto crafting tables, and so we can set up a whole bunch of automated crafting, so that we can basically sit up at one of the crafting pipes or with our remote control, and basically alright, so I'm going to walk the long way over to... I wish the rain would go away. I'll walk the long way over to the power station that John set up. Hey, skeleton. Whoa, creeper! Oh boy. Alright, let's run away. So over here, John basically set up a power station. Outside, you can see he's got a bunch of steel tanks. This steel tank here has oil. This steel tank has fuel, and this steel tank has lava. And basically what he's doing is he's using I believe it's from Mine Factory Reloaded. It's called the Lava Fabricator, and what it does is basically you power it and it will basically produce lava. And the same thing with the oil fabricator here. You add power to it and it will produce oil. He's set up an assembly table here. What's items in there? Redstone iron chipset. Nice. Anyway, so the assembly table is set up and ready to go. Authorized personnel only. I don't know that I'm authorized. Each lever, 20 millijoules. So 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 120 millijoules per tick he's got set up here if all of the engines are running. Interesting. I haven't really been in here, so I don't really know. Wow, there's all the engines set up top there. Let's go check it out. Alright, so oh, he's got magmatic engines up here as well. Cheeky monkey. So he's got magmatic and biogas engines going on in here. And all of these cables here are rednet cabling. I'm not exactly sure what he's doing with it, and I don't 100% know how it all works, so I'd have to ask him. But there you go. That's our engine room. And if we go down here, basically our biofuel tank is being powered from or basically being filled from the farm, and biofuel can come out and into the ender tank to where we need it. Set up ender tanks wherever we need biofuel. So for automation, we're doing pretty good, except for a little bit of a lightning storm. Dave's gonna kill me. I totally ruined his bridge, but all right. So as you can see, things are coming along at the base, and yeah, it's not too bad. I don't think I can make this jump. I didn't think so. As I fall down. But, yep, things are definitely coming along. And as you can see, someone put a giant creeper face on our monster spawner. We haven't really used the monster spawner much because the bees are producing enough gunpowder for our uses. But I think that may be where we're going to set up our platform for launch. Not 100% sure yet, but it seems like a good spot. It's already set up a little ways. Build our platform and launch our rockets into space. We're almost ready to go. We almost have the materials. We're not, totally ready to go yet, but we're really close. And we've done some other stuff on the side, and we're sort of just waiting for everybody to get online, and so we can all play together and take off. So until next time, Delgar out.